This is an arch support technique that we use to basically resist the foot flattening out both longitudinally and transversely. So it's not necessarily about changing the amount of pronation, but it's actually doing some of the work of those structures that would normally control that motion. So it can be helpful for, say, our plantar fasciitis. It can be helpful for some of those medial shin soreness patients, even some of our Achilles tendon tendinopathies and so on, patella tendinopathies and so on. We've just cut a small wedge out of either side of the tape, and that's just going to allow this to shape in and around that big toe. So the position for this is going to be to shorten the foot right up. So we're going to come into plantar flexion, forefoot adduction, inversion, and some big toe flexion at this first joint here, the MTP joint. We don't want to be buckling their toe here, that will be quite uncomfortable to walk on. So we're then going to start underneath that big toe and just fix that down to act as your anchor point. Just peel off enough backing paper to get towards the heel, and we're going to bring them into that short position now. So down, and we're going to get some tension on and run through that arch. Then going to sweep around and come back under the foot, because the aim is to lift that navicular. Now a short version of the technique would be to then bring the toes up or dorsiflex, make sure we contact the ankle, the malleolus on the inside, and then just lock off. So that's going to help decelerate. A more comprehensive technique though is to keep them down, sweep around the foot and increase that transverse arch, so we're getting this convexity on the top of the foot, and then come back through once again. So we bring up into dorsiflexion, contact the front of that medial malleolus, and then lock off to the outside. Again, making sure that our anchor point at this end has no tension on it. Hold really well once again where it crosses and on those anchor points, and with most of the finger and toe applications it can be worthwhile coming in just with a piece of athletic tape to anchor over the end to make sure that that stays well secured. When the foot's relaxed, we should see now that we've changed that resting position. This joint is now in actual full flexion for Erin. She doesn't have a great deal of flexion there, and we've shortened through the foot. So there's now resistance to that foot lengthening out longitudinally and transversely, and we've created this artificial windlass mechanism. So as the toe does go into extension, it tensions up through here to help maintain that shortened position, and then it's going to recoil and re-inject that energy at toe off. We also have this compression occurring, which is going to create some force closure and help stabilize in that more supinated, already more closed packed stable position.